These two teams played on October 2nd, just a little over a month ago, and it went to triple overtime. Scott pulled out the win, 31-24. All right, let's bring in head coach of the Pius Bullets, Tim Aylward. It was similar to their wild card comeback a year ago, where they were down by 4 runs in the 8th inning. In both of those games, they came back and won. The Royals hope that momentum carries forward, and they get to the next round. They have 41 state appearances, 12 state titles. Now, this year's group is making its 3rd straight appearance at state after stopping short in the semis last season. If you have to duck your head when entering the door, if you can't crash on the couch because the couch isn't big enough, if you can see the top of the fridge, Tim Miles wants you. All right, here we go. Tied at 46, 10 seconds to go. Barry to Allie Rowe, who scores it with 4 seconds left. Spartans take the 2-point lead and hang on. They are your Class A state champions, 48-46. It's Sparty time. Talk to me. Let's break this one down. 4 broken tackles on the left side, reverses field. Check out the block by quarterback Tommy Armstrong. This is my favorite part, folks. He looks right into the camera. You go, Glenn Coco. That gave the Huskers the 7-0 lead.
Pete and I did play each other in fantasy football this week. There's a clear victor that, there it is. There we go. Clear victor emerging right there.
Is this what you were doing today? Like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, Nebraska finds itself going in circles. Expect the unexpected. That's been the theme for Husker football this season. Nebraska lost to Purdue 1 week ago, which could be considered one of the worst losses in recent Husker history. Then 1 week later, they turn around and they pick up one of their best wins, the Scene Saturday night. If you just caught the end of that one and you're a Husker fan, you're probably feeling a little bit down right now. We have seen a Hail Mary at Memorial Stadium once before. Trey Bardsley shoots the tray. At 34 points per game, he averages more points a pop than any other player in Division III, Division II, and Division I. Nebraska softball is back in the NCAA tournament. Since April 4th, they've won 15 of 18 games, and they haven't lost a series. Now, I'm not saying that's because of these masks that they're wearing, because that would be silly. All right, Trevin, good stuff, man. Reporter from Lincoln, Peter Terpstra, Channel 8 Eyewitness News Sports. Trey Geiger isn't known for the long ball. That doesn't keep him from swinging. He's a sophomore golfer at Lincoln North Star, and he's MHMI, or mentally handicapped and mild.
Your guys are wrong.
He's wrong?
Yeah.
Why is he wrong?
Wing.
Trey's been around golf his entire life. His dad, Chad, is the head golf coach at Lincoln East. Barb, his mom, likes to tag along, and sometimes she captures moments like this.
I hit the ball, rolled by the hole, almost went in. I thought, oh, so close to going in. I said, all right, Trey, you're up.
There's no hesitating. He just puts it down, knows where the hole is, and hits it.
Some say 10 feet, 20 feet, maybe 25. No one knows for sure.
Goes right in. And then I was a little bittersweet because I missed it.
A great putt, no doubt. But that's nothing new. He's been playing in North Star only this season on the JV squad, and already some say he's the greatest on the green.
I'd say 25 yards and out, he'll put it to there every single time.
He seems to do things at special moments, and I don't know if that's an act of God. I don't know what it is.
Special moments that wouldn't be possible without a good group of guys to welcome him in.
He's got this amazing coach that has allowed him to play. He has this amazing team that backs him up, and it just makes my heart swell really big.
Eventually, the rain rolled out. Trey kept swinging, proving every day is a good day for golf with your family following along. Reporting in Lincoln, Peter Terpstra, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, Sports.
Yeah, I remember a little bit.
Doyle Trout is a finely tuned athletic machine. An elite wrestler for Centennial High School who won 4 state wrestling titles and earned a scholarship to Wyoming.
What do you think? I remember like a sense of just feeling like powerless. I was looking at the radio and I was starting to like swerve over, and then I realized I was like towards a ditch, and I tried to correct myself.
The accident happened Easter Sunday, April 14th. Doctors had to amputate Trout's left leg to save his life. Since then, he's been keeping busy, balancing a new way of doing things.
I have to sit back sometimes and be like, it's only been 3 months. You can live a perfectly fine life. You just gotta You just kind of got to dedicate yourself for a year or two, get yourself healthy.
His story spread all over. This sign now sits outside Trout's hometown in Waco. Husker Olympic champ Jordan Burroughs stopped by his graduation party unannounced.
Robles now entering the Wells Fargo Center.
Anthony Robles won an NCAA title with one leg, and he vowed to train Trout when he's ready.
The long-term goal, I want to say, is get on the mat. But for me, it's not about being successful again. It's just about the journey. Losing the leg, I mean, it's a lot worse than losing a wrestling match, but I'm still going to have my family. You know, I'm still going to have my friends. I still have my scholarship to go to Wyoming. I'm still going to get an education.
Trout's still a finely tuned athletic machine, proving it's not what you've lost, it's about what you still have. Reporting from Lincoln, Peter Terpstra, Channel 8 Honest News, Sports. Trey Bardsley shoots the tray. He's a shot-slinging, sharpshooting scorer, first lighting up the stat sheets in Beatrice. Now, co-clocking nets at Nebraska Wesleyan.
They know I can score, but I don't think, I didn't even realize I'd be able to do what I'm doing now.
You meet him and he's 5'9", 5'10", and you're like, oh, this is the best basketball player I'm inheriting. But then you watch him play and he's unbelievable.
Coach Dale Wellman is in his second season as head coach for the Prairie Wolves, and he's brought his own system. Plenty of points is the name of the game. Play fast, get more possessions, and shoot often.
Our goal is to shoot 43-pointers a game. We want to take 90 shots and 43-pointers. And I think right off the bat, that was, perked their ears up a little bit.
They said we like to shoot a lot of threes, and that was perfect for me because that's what I like to do anyway.
Nebraska Wesleyan averages more than 100 points per game. Bardsley is listed best in the NCAA in scoring. At 34 points per game, he averages more points a pop than any other player in Division III, Division II, and Division I. Toss in a cool 95% of made free throws, and you can see why Bardsley was an honorable mention All-American.
It's a good feeling, definitely, getting compared to a lot of the high scorers, so having my name in that category and being at the top is a pretty big honor.
So Nebraska Wesleyan will continue to run and shoot, and Bardsley looks to keep putting up the points. Reporting from Lincoln, Peter Terpstra, Channel 8 Honest News, Sports.
My name's Carl Duper. I'm a huge Bronco fan, have been my entire life. We made the Super Bowl, and after that is just, you have to do something. The whole project cost me around $80 for all the paint and Sharpie pens and all that stuff. I started this project last Thursday is when I started making the stencils, but then I sprayed it on this weekend. It's not permanent, it's called Plastidip. It's like a plastic cohesive material, but you spray it on like spray paint. I think it looks great. Every time I walk over to my car, my roommate just yells, "Omaha, Omaha!" When my friends see the pictures of this project, they're just, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? That's permanent. You know, what are you gonna do with it after that?" There's also a lot of Seahawks fans around that are kind of giving me some trouble and saying, "Oh, you're gonna not want that on your car," and so I just say, "Hey, we'll just see. We'll just see. If they don't win, it'll be tough for me to drive this car. I'll probably cry before I leave home every time."
Now, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, Sports.
There's this song I used to sing in the orphanage when I get sad. It always cheered me up.
Steps into the throw, in the wind, down to the goal line, and caught! Touchdown, BYU! Mitch Matthews on the last play of the game!
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Sometimes you have a new coach, a new offense, defense, and special teams. Sometimes you lose on a Hail Mary with 1 second left, thrown by a backup quarterback. The sun came back up today, and we can all take a deep breath. After all, Ohio State lost its first game last season, And look how that turned out. Nebraska lost a heartbreaker to BYU 33-28 Saturday. Tanner Mangum tossed a Hail Mary to Mitch Matthews, sealing the deal. It was the first opening loss for Nebraska in 30 years, snapping the longest opening win streak in college football. Days like yesterday can be hard to swallow for Husker football fans. There's no time to pout, though. Plenty of football left.
We got to move on. You know, we got a long game, a long season. We got 10 more games in a row, and this is only the first one. We got nicks and bruises, but I think everybody's going to be fine.
Coach talked to us before the game and asked, basically told us, you know, we'll figure out what kind of guys we are during the game, and when stuff hits the fan, you know, if you're going to start pointing the finger or if you're going to start coming together as a unit. Today, it didn't go our way, but I say we did come together as a team.
Coach Mike Riley said after the game he wishes they could have run the ball more effectively from the tailback position. They had some success with wide receiver jet sweeps. Here's the breakdown at I-back. Terrell Newby led the way with 10 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown. Amani Cross had 7 carries, averaging nearly 5 yards a pop. And Mikhail Wilbon finished with only 14 net yards, but had 2 catches for 28 yards. The Huskers lost a few guys to injuries, including former Southeast Knight David Sutton. Here, he's overthrown on the play and maybe a late hit by the BYU defender who goes low, no flag. He gets his lower leg rolled up on the hit and had to be carted off the field. Your list of notable injuries from Saturday. Maybe the one that hurts the most, Sam Foltz, the starting punter. The Grand Island native was on crutches after having his leg taken out on a punt in the third quarter. You saw the David Sutton injury, and Alonzo Moore left the game with a foot injury. He did not play in the second half. Tight end Trey Foster and QB Tommy Armstrong had boots on after the game as well, but Tommy says he is fine. And defensive end Jack Gangler suffered an arm injury on the final play of the game. Coach Riley will give us more updates on those guys in the Monday morning press conference. Nebraska is down a football recruit for 2016. Quarterback Terry Wilson Jr. flipped his commitment from the Huskers to the Oregon Ducks today. He was one of 2 quarterbacks in the recruiting class. California native Patrick O'Brien is still set to join the Huskers. Some former Huskers have new NFL homes. The Lions signed corner Stanley Jean-Baptiste to the practice squad today. The Saints drafted the former Husker in the second round of the 2014 draft. Also 2 former linebackers on practice squads, Zaire Anderson with the Denver Broncos and Trevor Roach with the Cincinnati Bengals. Nebraska soccer at number 20 DePaul today. Jalen Oderman, Katie Kreutner, and Leah Baldo had goals in this one. Don't look now. Nebraska has wins over 2 top 25 teams. They're 3-1 with their only loss coming to number 11 BYU after being picked 10th in the Big Ten preseason poll. Royals and the White Sox today. Kansas City trying to avoid the sweep. Johnny Cueto on the bump, and it did not go well. Top of the first. White Sox already up by 1. How about some more? That single to left center scores Alexi Ramirez and Jose Abreu. Cueto only went 3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 earned runs. The Royals fall 7-5. White Sox get the sweep. First time the Royals have lost 3 straight since July. Well, we are bringing back the Big Red play of the game. Usually on Saturday nights at 10 p.m., we will feature one highlight that's sure to make your jaw drop and your knees weak. This week, you've already seen the BYU Hail Mary over and over and over, so we went in a different direction. Check it out.
Quick hitter to Westerkamp. He's in trouble, and he's going to get away after it looked like he'd get dragged down for a loss. Instead, he's going to score.
Scoreless game, 3rd and 9 in the red zone. Tommy Armstrong looks to his roommate, Jordan Westerkamp. Let's break this one down. 4 broken tackles on the left side, reverses field. Check out the block by quarterback Tommy Armstrong. And that's not all. This is my favorite part, folks. He looks right into the camera. You go, Glenn Coco. That gave the Huskers the 7-0 lead. That's our trial run for the Big Red play of the game.
All right, thanks, Pete. Final check of your weather coming up after the break.